I'm going to start off this video by saying there are actually people who are going to buy a house without even seeing the house. That is crazy. The idea of thinking that a person is signing up for a 25-year, 15-year mortgage and they have no idea what the house looks like blows my mind. But anyway, welcome back to my channel. My name's Cheryl. My goal is to help you save as much money as possible. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen the headlines recently, but the house prices are rising drastically and it seems to be going up quite a lot in the last few days, the last few weeks. And I wanted to share with you what that means for someone like myself, a millennial who rents and wants to buy a house. Now, I have to admit, when I saw the headline, my heart sank. Over the last year, there has been a 10.2% increase in house prices, and this is a huge amount. What once seemed like an achievable dream does feel like it's becoming further and further away. As you know, one of the main reasons why I started my debt-free journey was to buy a house, but it can be so disheartening when you hear all these headlines that say the house prices are increasing, the market's just going crazy. Well, what can we do? In this video, I'm going to share with you just a few key findings and then tips on how I'm managing it so that we can still try and buy that house soon. If you follow me on my Instagram, you'll know that one of the main reasons why I'm trying to become debt-free is because I want to buy a house. I want to buy a dream home to ensure that my family and I have a nice, stable, secure home to make lots of good memories in. But a lot has changed in the last year, and since the pandemic, the world has changed completely. So obviously, over the last 12 months, we've spent a lot of time at home. A lot of us, our working habits have changed for good. We may find ourselves working from home a lot more, and as a result, a lot of people are looking for homes that suit their new needs. A lot of people are looking for a new home where they may have an office space so that they can comfortably work from home. As a result, there's more demand for bigger homes. For myself, I have 2 kids. I have a boy and a girl, and it means that when we buy a house, we definitely need a 3-bedroom house. So that means that already, the market for us is already much smaller, but then on top of that, to know that there's a bigger demand, it means that there's actually even less chances of us getting a home. So something I'm thinking about in the future is to still consider 2-bedroom houses, but hopefully one where the 2nd bedroom is big enough to convert it, or maybe there's an attic space or some additional space where we can sort of shuffle the rooms around and create a 3rd bedroom. So that is an option that we would try to consider at the time. Or the second finding is that a lot of people are actually moving to the countryside. A lot of people are not necessarily sticking to cities but moving outside of London. The housing prices are increasing across the UK, but I live on the outskirts of Leeds, and in this area a lot of the houses are increasing quite drastically compared to other areas of the UK. It seems like a lot of it is happening in central. But something that we will consider when the time comes is we'll consider moving around. We're not going to try and stick to our desired area. We will consider new areas, but obviously there'll be lots of factors to consider such as schools, crime, travel and shopping. So there's so many things to consider, but what this has taught me is that when the time comes, we'll be looking across the UK. We won't just be sticking to one particular area. Of course, it would be nice to maybe be near family and friends, but if it means that we have to move a bit further afield, and that means our drives are a little bit longer. And then finally, the third finding is inflation, and that can have a huge impact. Inflation has increased recently, and I'm not sure about yourself, I've definitely noticed when it comes to my petrol, but it's not just petrol as well, it's also other things such as our utility bills and then also clothing too. So these can all have an impact on our spending, which then means that we may not be able to save as much as we would hope. So what can we do to sort of get our head around that? What can we do to work around this and increase our chances of saving despite increasing prices? Well, we can practice lots of positive habits, whether it's tracking our spending, to taking part in savings challenges, or even our behaviour when we head out. Instead of just going to the supermarket and just buying loads of items, we can have a shopping list and ensure that we're only spending our money on the things that we need. And there we have it. That's 3 key findings that are involved in the whole housing prices increase. I have to admit, my heart has sunk. I'm trying to remain positive, but it's a long way until I become debt free, and I really want to focus on just trying to do all I can to ensure that I can increase my chances of buying a house, and hopefully buying a house that is suitable for my family and I. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.